All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. God bless y'all. I'm Jarvis Kingston, and I hope y'all doing all right in these times that we're in. Now, today I want to discuss about climate change and global warming. You know, this earth is more polluted than it's ever been due to oil spills and chemtrails and just all types of different energy not being renewable or usable. That's just going to the wrong places, and a lot of the air being polluted. And I'm not too knowledgeable about things of that nature or fossil fuels or anything like that, but I'm just now starting to pick up on game about it, research it a bit, and try to see, you know, what really makes the earth go around and how all these resources that we waste, it just really destroys the water, the air that we breathe. It also affects the animals. When the temperatures get warmer, it really hurts those cold parts of earth and those polar bears, you know. And when those oil spills constantly happen, it definitely kills off those sea creatures and all those animals in the sea. And then with the chemtrails and how people just fly all these things and nuclear weapons and all these crazy stuff, that definitely affects the air and dead birds and things like that. That's why if you go to a certain part of the, like a certain place, you'll see like dead birds all over the ground. Or if you go to a certain beach on the wayside, you'll see how a bunch of like dead seals or dead sea animals or birds just be laid out on the beach or a certain water place, you know. But this earth is more polluted than ever, and climate change and global warming is just, it's so crazy what the elites do with all this power and all this money and all these corporations, and how they use these resources for personal agendas or for evil, you know, how they affect the animals and people with it. And God is against it, you know. God's anger is on those people hard because these evil elite people, they keep tampering with nature, they keep polluting the air, they keep polluting the world that we live in, all for the sake of profit, all for the sake of greater gains and wealth. You know what I mean? When you see how a lot of these billionaires and all these other people got all that wealth and money, they did it through evil deeds, they did it through evil works, and they did it by basically killing off a lot of people and polluting the earth as well in the process of it. So it's very important to understand that the climate and the way the weather is and everything, we have to remember on a spiritual sense that God did create everything, okay? God created the water, he created earth, he created the heavens and the whole nine. And he put us on earth to be earth keepers and preserve it and to take care of it. But not too many people are eco-friendly. Not too many people truly care about being an earth keeper and preserving the land or restoring it. You know, people are not interested into agriculture. People are not interested into recycling. People are not interested into farming or, you know, having a barn, a vineyard, you know, things like that. We're supposed to have things like that. You know, that's Israel's culture. Like us Israelites, we're supposed to be into agriculture and planting seeds and planting fruits and veggies. You know what I mean? That's really our thing. That's our lifestyle. That's our culture. You know, the things that God gave us, we use it and we produce it the right way. But we got so lost in this world and in the system, we've lost touch of that. We've lost touch of getting back to how things are actually originated and how God ordained things. You know what I'm saying? So the weather is very just unbalanced and bipolar, especially deep in wintertime, right? And I'm in Georgia, and just not a week ago, it was like all cold and raining and all crazy. Then now it's all sunny and everything. So it's just like so weird. But these other places are getting hit with these crazy thunderstorms, and you know, the Midwest got hit with them tornadoes and everything too. So all this climate change and global warming, all this weather modification, all this tampering nature stuff is kind of crazy and out of our control. You know what I mean? But all in all, we have to always give God for the glory of his creation. We have to always embrace the creation. We have to embrace nature better and understand that God's power, God's hand created all this, all right? So I just want to read a few scriptures about this and just go from there. The book of Job, chapter 37, verse 9. Out of the south comes the storm, and out of the north the cold. The book of Acts, chapter 28, verse 2. The natives showed us extraordinary kindness, for because of the rain that had set in and because of the cold, they kindled a fire and received us all. The book of Job, chapter 35, verse 5. Look at the heavens and see, and behold, the clouds, they are higher than you. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 15. He led you through the great and terrible wilderness with its fiery serpents and scorpions and thirsty ground where there was no water. He brought water for you out of the rock of flint. The book of Isaiah chapter 49 verse 10. They will no longer hunger or thirst, nor will the scorching heat or sun strike them down. For he who has compassion on them will lead them and will guide them to the springs of water. The book of Ezra chapter 10 verse 13. But there are many people. It is the rainy season, and we are not able to stand in the open, nor can a task be done in 1 or 2 days, for we have transgressed greatly in this matter. The book of 1 Chronicles chapter 11 verse 22. Benaiah is the son of Jehudiah, the son of a valiant man of Kazil, mighty indeed, struck down the 2 sons of Ariel of Moab. He also went down and killed a lion inside of a pit on a snowy day. The book of Exodus chapter 16 verse 21. They gathered it morning by morning, every man as much as he should eat, but when the sun grew hot, it would melt. The book of Genesis chapter 8 verse 22. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. You see, so no matter how much things get tampered with or affected, the way God created everything will always remain the same. God is the same. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. So his ways doesn't change neither, okay? You have to always remember that. Despite all this climate change and global warming, the way God created this earth and how things will be restored and be put back in its order, place is still going to come to pass. The book of Psalm chapter 74 verse 16 through 17. Yours is the day, yours is also the night. You have prepared the light and the sun. You have established all the boundaries of the earth. You have made summer and winter. The book of Proverbs chapter 30 verse 4. Who has ascended into heaven and descended? Who has gathered the wind in his fist? Who has wrapped the waters in his garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name or his son's name? Surely you know. That sarcasm letting us know that God's creation and his ways are way above our ways of understanding. We don't have the thinking scale to even compete with God on that level, okay? We have to remember that man's wisdom is foolishness to God. We have to always not walk around with that know-it-all spirit or thinking we know everything, because the Most High knows all, not us, okay? We're here still trying to figure it out, right? So let's always remember that spiritually and humble ourselves and have that humility and meekness. The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 7. All the rivers flow into the sea, yet the sea is not full. To the place where the river flows, they will flow again. So I just wanted to read some old New Testament scriptures based on weather and how God created this earth and the operations of it and different types of climates and how they operate under God's hand. You know, God is in control over it all. And we have to remember that we will restore this land and we will get everything back in power, how things are supposed to, all right? So this whole global warming stuff, this weather modification and climate change, don't trip or worry about it too much, okay? God is with us. I pray to God that whoever listens to this message, I pray that you get baptized, you start your life well for the Lord. I pray that you become more eco-friendly and you become an earth keeper. I pray that you get into agriculture and farming and planting your own foods and things of that nature. I pray that you live a more healthy, fruitful, spiritual lifestyle. I'm Jarvis Kingston. I got much love for y'all. God bless y'all. And make sure y'all treat animals right and y'all treat the land right. Peace.